In this class, let us continue with a few more interesting examples, which is based on Lenz's law. Okay. So, this is from your Allen material. They have given two identical coaxial circular coils carries equal currents in same direction. So, that is the first part. You have to answer if both the coils moves towards each other and away from each other respectively, then current in both coils, they have given options, increases, decreases, remains same, none. Okay. So here you have to consider what happens if the coils move towards each other, okay, and away from each other, and in each case you have to consider the current in the same direction. For example, say this is case 1. Now first you have to consider what happens if they move towards each other. Okay, if they move towards each other, then second case is move away from each other. Move away from each other. That is for both the diagrams, whatever you are seeing here. Okay, so in first diagram, as you can see, the current in both the coils, right? The current in both the coils, they are in the same sense. Now, in the second case, if you observe, the current in both the coils are in the opposite sense, right? So, coil A, so with respect to the observer, it is in opposite direction, sorry, say anti-clockwise direction, right? Now, the current in loop B, okay, the current in loop B or coil B, it is in clockwise sense. If you consider diagram number 2, in diagram 1, both the currents are in anti-clockwise sense with respect to the observer. Okay, see here they have considered, they have named the coil as coil A and coil B. Okay, and this N and S, they actually mean the north and south poles with respect to the current whatever is flowing here. Okay, right, now let us try to answer this. Pay attention, this is really important, interesting also. Okay, right, now first let us consider the first diagram and consider the case when the coils move towards each other. Okay, so when the coils move towards each other, right? Okay, now let me make a copy of this. Okay, now we have two coils, coaxial coils, correct, in which current I is flowing, and with respect to the observer, both the currents, that is in loop A as well as in loop B, the current is in anti-clockwise sense, right? Now, if you observe this, if you try to draw the individual magnetic field patterns, okay, see they have given, you can clearly make out that this is the north pole of coil A, correct, and this is the south pole of coil B, right? Now, if you try to understand the magnetic field pattern, let me write the individual magnetic field patterns. So, this is coil A and coil B. Fine, the magnetic field patterns will be this way. So, this is, I am drawing individual magnetic field lines now. Okay, so they will be like this. Correct, they will be this way. Right, individual magnetic field lines. Okay, so the magnetic field, the resultant magnetic field, if you observe, okay, so you have studied something about Helmholtz coil, correct, although this is not a Helmholtz coil, but it looks like that if you are taking them closer and closer. If you take them closer and closer, the magnetic field lines, okay, now let me consider the edge here. Okay, say this is the edge. Okay, say this is the edge which I am about to see now. Okay, so the edge, it looks to me like this, correct, the edge looks to me like this. Now the magnetic field lines, so they will start becoming more uniform if you bring them closer and closer. Okay, so they will start getting more and more uniform. So these are the magnetic field lines. Okay, so these are the coils. Okay, so these are actually the coils, whatever I have drawn here. Fine, right. So as I showed you here, it is, the edge looks like that. Okay, right, now here how can we consider the magnetic field lines? So the magnetic field lines, as you know, it will be from north pole to south pole, correct, or you got to know about the resultant magnetic field, right? See, the resultant magnetic field, it will be this way. Okay, that is adding the magnetic field considering vector algebra. Okay, vector sum of the magnetic field, it looks like that. Okay, so therefore what happens is the magnetic field lines, say, just for simplicity's sake, I am writing like this. Magnetic field lines will be like this. Okay, now when you move the coil towards each other, now can you guess what might happen to the magnetic field? Here area we are not changing. Okay, so and the angle also we are not changing, right? So when the coils are moved together, when moved towards each other, so naturally the magnetic field increases, correct? The magnetic field increases, okay, and you can consider the magnetic field through both the loops here, okay. Magnetic field is entering the loop A, correct, and you can see that it is leaving loop B, okay, it is leaving loop B like this, fine. So please imagine that way, okay. So when moved towards each other, the magnetic flux increases in both the coils, is it not? The magnetic flux increases in both the coils, correct. The magnetic flux increases in both the coils, okay. So what can we say? Now let us talk about Lenz's law, okay. Now earlier these coils, both the coils, okay, both of these coils were at rest, okay, both of these coils were at rest, fine. When they are at rest, right, so there is no disturbance, anything at all, that is no change in magnetic field through both of them, correct. Now you can imagine that these currents, whatever they have given, I, okay, so these currents I, they are due to some battery, okay, which we are not seeing here, okay. It is due to some source which we are not seeing here. Now this current will always be constant, okay, this current will always be constant because it will be pumped by the battery, and it depends on the resistance of the coil also, okay. So what I mean is, it is like this, say you have a coil, okay, you have a coil like this, then that coil you will connect it to a battery, okay. Now this current, what we are seeing here, okay, so that current we can call it as the net current, because since the coils are at rest, so there is no relative motion first before starting the motion. So this current is entirely due to the battery or electric cell which is connected, right. Now this can also be regarded as the net current, okay. Now what they are saying is, when you move towards each other, or when you move the coils away from each other, what will be the net current? That means, will the current decrease or increase? So that you have to say, fine, right. So remember, this current will be constant due to the current supplied by the battery, okay, right. Now let us come back here. Now since you are moving these two coils closer to each other, the magnetic flux in both the coils will increase, okay. So the induced current, let us talk about induced current now, okay. See the pink one, you consider it only due to the battery, okay. Now yeah, so magnetic field is towards you, okay, magnetic field is towards you. Now let us consider coil A, okay, let us speak about coil A, right. Magnetic field, it was towards you, just focus on coil A now, right. Now when you bring these coils closer together, the flux through coil A increases, is it not? The flux through coil A increases, so the induced EMF will produce a current which will tend to decrease, okay. So this blue color current, whatever I am writing here, so that will flow in the direction, okay, that will flow in a direction so that it will decrease the magnetic flux, okay. Now let me draw a separate diagram for coil A. See, you are the observer, okay. So you are the observer, and the coil A, it looks to you like this, okay. Coil A, focus only on coil A now, fine. Now this is the current which is pumped by the battery, sorry, it is in anti-clockwise direction, right. Yeah, so this is the current which is pumped by the battery, right. Now since the magnetic flux is increasing through coil A, through coil B also it increases, we'll see about it later. Through coil A, magnetic flux is increasing, so magnetic field, how was it? The magnetic field was towards you, isn't it? Now this magnetic field is increasing, okay. So this arrow, up arrow, it tells you that it is increasing, right. Now the current has to flow in such a way that it has to, I'm talking about the induced current. The induced current has to flow in such a way that it will decrease this increasing magnetic flux, is it not? So therefore, what is the only choice? So the induced current, it has to be in this way, okay. IND stands for induced current, okay. So if you want, you can write in your notes. So this is due to a cell or battery, okay, due to a cell or battery which is responsible for the current even when the coils are not moving, okay. Now this is due to induced EMF, okay. Now this is due to induced EMF. Fine, this current is due to induced EMF, okay. Now what happens to the net current, okay. So when you see two currents which are, that is I is flowing in anti-clockwise and induced current is flowing in clockwise. So you will see that the current, so as soon as you start moving, so this induced current is flowing in clockwise, right? So if you have two currents this way, I1 and I2, okay, they are not vectors, but I'm saying in sense of direction, okay. So if I1 and I2 are flowing in opposite direction, you will see the difference here, okay. So current actually decreases because once you start moving, okay, once you start moving, so naturally this induced current, the blue current, it will start increasing in magnitude, okay. So therefore the net current, okay, so therefore the net current starts decreasing, okay, net current starts decreasing, okay. So this current, you will see the decrease in the current because of the induced current which is flowing in the opposite sense to that of the cell that is driven by the battery, okay, or electric cell, it can be anything, fine, right. Okay, now what happens here in coil A, the current actually decreases, okay. Now same thing applies for coil B also, okay. Now if you consider coil B, exactly the same discussion here, okay. So say this is coil B, right. So this is the current which is due to the battery and this is the induced current, okay, this is the induced current. So naturally here also the magnetic field, or you can say the magnetic flux through coil B, I'm talking about coil B here, okay. So magnetic flux through coil B, it actually increases, so therefore the induced current, it will be in the opposite sense, that is all, okay. So you can say in both the coils, comma, the current decreases, okay. The current here means the net current, that is the sum of, you can say the sum of the current that is due to the battery and the induced current, okay, right. So it is in the both the coils the current decreases. It is like this. See, I'll give you a simple example. Consider a conductor, okay. Say a current of 5 amperes is flowing from left to right and you have a current of 3 amperes going from right to left, okay. Now the net current, okay, the net current we can actually write it as I net. See, I1, say it as 5 ampere. Now I2 is 3 ampere. Now you decide on the direction. So if you decide the current which is from left to right, it is positive, okay. Again remember, this is not, current is not a vector, okay. So net current you can consider it as some 2 ampere towards right. So this is how you can understand this particular diagram, this particular problem here, okay, right. So when you start moving, this induced current will come into picture and naturally you will see the net current decreases, okay. The net current is actually I minus I induced, you can say, okay. Net current in this case you can write it as I minus I induced, okay. I means this one, induced current is this, okay, right. I hope you got this. Fine. So if you have doubts, please leave it in the comment. Let us discuss. No issues. All right. Now let us take the coils away from each other. Okay. Let us take the coils away from each other. Right. Now towards each other, this is the case. Now when you take away from each other, it is easy to guess. So when you are taking away from each other, let me make a copy of the diagram. Yes, when you are taking them away from each other, right? So it is like this. So this motion is happening this way, and here also the motion is happening this way. Correct? So they are going away from each other. Now what can you say about the magnetic flux through each of the coil? See, they have their own magnetic field. Apart from that, you have the magnetic field due to the other coil also. So you need to consider the vector sum. Okay, so at any point in space, you need to consider the vector sum of the magnetic fields due to both the coils. Okay, so naturally what you will observe is that when you are taking them away, the magnetic flux, okay, the magnetic flux through both the coils, it will actually decrease. Okay, so let me write a diagram here. So say these are the two coils. Okay, now this is the edge, the red color one. This is the, yeah, so let me take this as the edge. Okay, right. So here also I think yeah, here it is supposed to be the this one, correct? So this one, the left edge, right? So the edge which is visible to you, it is the edge which is on the left. Okay, so consider these two edges. Okay, so these are the edges here. Do not consider the one which is on the right. Yeah. Yes, so these are the edges which I have drawn here. Okay, right. Now similarly, what you will observe is that now these two edges, they appear to you this way. If you are if the line, the axis is perpendicular to you, okay. Now when they are moving away, so what you'll notice is that the magnetic field, it will, between them, it will change from uniform to non-uniform. Okay, so and finally you can see that once they are far apart, okay, so once they are far apart, the magnetic field, the vector sum, okay, the vector sum of the magnetic field, it will start looking like this. Okay, yeah, somewhat like this. Right, so naturally the magnetic flux, okay, the magnetic flux through both these coils, it will actually decrease. Okay, the magnetic flux through both the coils will decrease. You can write that. So magnetic flux through both the coils decrease, right? Okay, so therefore now let us focus on coil A and coil B separately. Now this is coil A, let us say. Okay, now this is coil A and this is coil B. Through both of them, what you will notice is that the magnetic flux is actually the magnetic field actually decreases. So basically you can say the magnetic flux decreases, right? Now how was the current flowing? The current, we did not change the sense of the current which was flowing earlier due to the battery. Okay, so it is flowing in anti-clockwise itself, right? So the current what we have considered here, so this one, so this is the current due to the battery, so it is flowing in anti-clockwise sense itself, right? Now if you consider the change in the magnetic flux, if you see the magnetic field, it is actually decreasing, right? So the current will be, the induced current will be in such a direction so that it will try to increase this magnetic flux. Okay, so in this case the current will flow the induced direction, the direction of the induced current, it will be in the same sense as that of the direction of the current which was flowing earlier. Okay, so the net current here, since both the currents are in the same anti-clockwise sense direction, okay, so that you can write it as I plus I induced. So naturally the net current in both of them, it actually increases. Okay, so this is the solution. All right, fine. So let us see the keys now. So yes, you have the answer here. When the coils are moving towards each other, okay, so when the motion is towards each other, so the current actually decreases. See, current in A decreases and current in B also decrease, right? So when they are moving apart, the current will actually increase. Okay, so I hope you got this. Now let us go to the next case where the current in both the loops or the coils are in anti-clockwise sense. Okay, are in anti-clockwise sense. They are in opposite sense with respect to each other. Okay, so current in coil A, that is in anti-clockwise, current in coil B, it is in clockwise sense. Okay, now in that case, how the current will be induced when you move them towards each other or when you move them away from each other. Okay, so let us try to understand that. All right, so this is the second problem. Okay, see, based on this illustration, so you can get 4 questions, right? Correct. So based on this example, you can get 4 type of questions. They can ask current in both the coils are flowing in the same sense and you are moving them towards each other. So the current in both of them will increase, decrease, remain same, none of this, like that. Okay, so all the 4 questions which can be framed are right in front of you. Okay, so right. Sorry. Yeah, let us take the second problem. This is a really interesting question, I believe. Right, okay. Now here, coil A, so the current in coil A, this is coil A. So coil A, you are seeing that the current is in anti-clockwise sense. Okay, now for coil B, when you observe this, okay, and both of them are coaxial. Right, now this is coil B. Now both of them are identical. Yeah. So current in coil B is in clockwise sense, correct? Yeah. So the current in the current in coil B, it is in clockwise sense. Okay. Nice. Fine. Okay, let us take the case where you are moving both the coils towards each other. Okay, both the coils towards each other. All right. So in that case, what can happen? See, this is easy. This is similar to two bar magnets which you are trying to move them towards each other. Okay, the magnetic field pattern is quite similar. See, they have given north pole of coil A and north pole of coil B. Am I right? Correct. So therefore, when you bring these two bar magnets closer, so what might happen here? See, magnetic field due to the bar magnet on the left, it will be this way, correct? So it will be like this. Now magnetic field due to the bar magnet which is on the right, so it will be like this, correct? Now if you consider the vector sum, what happens is when you bring them closer and closer, correct? I've drawn the individual magnetic field lines. Okay, now if you bring them closer and closer, what happens is the magnetic field lines, they'll start looking like this. Okay, this is the net magnetic field lines which you will start seeing like this. Okay, so what happens is when you bring them closer and closer, okay, so when you bring them closer and closer, the magnetic field in between the region, okay, the magnetic field in between the north pole and north pole, it actually decreases. Okay, so you can say the net magnetic field decreases. You can clearly make out from this diagram. Okay, right. Fine. Now based on that, let us try to answer this question. All right, fine. So when you are bringing them towards each other, okay, when you are bringing them towards each other, now the magnetic flux through both the coils, correct, the magnetic flux through both the coils, it will actually decrease. Okay, so let us write that when the coils are moving towards each other, when the coils are moving towards each other, okay, right, the magnetic flux, okay, through both of them will decrease, correct, the magnetic flux through both of them will decrease. Okay, so the more closer the magnets are, that is north pole and north pole are, so the less will be the magnetic field, the net magnetic field we are talking here. Okay, fine. So remember that, and you can see that the okay, now let us try to understand with respect to the loop here. Fine. Yeah, let me say with respect to the loop, it will be easy for you. Right, so this edge, so these are the loops. Okay, so these are the loops. Fine. Yeah, so this is the edge that is visible to you, the red one. Okay, now there is one more way to understand why this magnetic flux decreases, magnetic field decreases, net magnetic field. See, this is the edge what you are seeing. Okay, now the magnetic fields, right? So say I'll draw individual magnetic field. Okay, I'll draw individual magnetic field like this. Right, so these are the individual magnetic field lines due to both the loops. Okay, right. Now consider the net magnetic field. Okay, consider the net magnetic field through any loop. Okay, so this is actually loop A and this is the loop B. It's you're able to see the edge and this is the axis. Okay, now this is easy to understand. See here, now these are the magnetic field lines. It goes like this, correct? And with respect to this loop B, these are the magnetic field lines, right? Now you choose any one point. Okay, so choose this point, right? So sorry, let me take another color. Yeah, so choose this point here. Okay, now when you bring these two coils closer and closer, what happens is the net magnetic field here, okay, the net magnetic field here, it will actually decrease. The reason is it's very simple. Now due to coil A at that point, okay, due to coil A at that point, say the magnetic field is this way, okay, BA, correct? So see the direction, right? Fine. So in this case This is north pole of coil A, right? North pole of coil A, south pole of coil A. Now this is north pole of coil B and south pole of coil B, right? Okay. Now this is the magnetic field line, magnetic field at that point due to coil B, let us say B I have written, okay? So B sub B, right? Now when you bring these two coils closer, okay, when you bring these two coils closer, so obviously this BA, right? So it will increase, isn't it? It will actually increase, correct? So therefore what happened to the net magnetic field here? Okay, yeah, so naturally speaking the magnetic field, yeah, since this point is closer to the coil B will be more in magnitude, is it not? B will be more in magnitude, right? So once you bring this coil A and B closer and closer, this increase, you can see that magnetic field due to the coil A, okay, due to the current flowing in coil A, it will increase. So therefore the net magnetic field, okay, so the net magnetic field, it will actually decrease, right? And the net magnetic field is actually, it is towards the left, okay, at that particular point I am saying, okay. So I hope you got the idea, right? So the net magnetic field through both the coils, it will actually decrease. Now same reasoning you can do here also with respect, choose any point which is close to coil A and you can do the same reasoning, right? Okay, so when the coils are moving towards each other, the magnetic flux through both of them will decrease, okay. So therefore the current will be induced in such a way that it will try to increase this decreasing flux, okay, right? So how is the, what must be the direction of the induced current here? So magnetic flux, right? So magnetic flux, if you consider coil A, right? So the current earlier, before moving, let me write a diagram again. So this is, yeah, so this is coil A, okay. Now magnetic flux, it is this way, correct? Magnetic flux is this way, but it is decreasing, correct? Magnetic flux is this way and it is decreasing. How is the sense of the current? The sense of the current with respect to the observer, it is an anti-clockwise sense, right? In coil A, I am talking about coil A, fine, right? Now what happens here is the magnetic flux is decreasing, right? Now the current will be induced, in such a way that it will help in increasing the magnetic flux, okay, increasing the magnetic flux. So therefore in this case the induced current, correct, the induced current, it will be in clockwise sense itself, okay. So what you can notice is that the current will actually increase, correct. So I net will be equal to I plus induced, so current increases. When you start moving towards each other, the current increases. Now let us focus on coil B, okay. Now this is coil B, right? Yeah, so the magnetic flux through this coil is also decreasing, right? The magnetic flux through this coil is also decreasing, right? But the current in coil B, it is actually in clockwise sense, okay. It is actually in clockwise sense, yeah, right. So yeah, there is one small mistake here. Current in coil B, it is in clockwise sense, okay. But with respect to the observer, if you look at coil B, right, if you focus only on coil B, see the direction of the magnetic field, right? So the direction of the magnetic field, focus only on coil B. So this is you are the observer, right? So you are actually seeing the south pole of coil B, right? So therefore the magnetic field, I have to write this way, right? So the magnetic field with respect to coil B, it is actually going away from you, right? Yeah, so this, make this change, right? Okay, now the magnetic field, right, the magnetic field which is through coil B, magnetic flux through coil B, you can say it is actually decreasing. Now the current will flow in such a direction so that it will help in increasing this decreasing magnetic flux. So in this case the current, the induced current, I am talking only with respect to coil B, okay. So keep your right hand ready and try to use the right hand rule, you will understand, okay. So induced current will be in the same direction as that of, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to write I here. This current is due to the, as I told you, cell or battery. which was present even before the motion happened, right? Now this is the induced current. This is due to induced EMF. Okay, the EMF will be induced so that the current will be induced in a direction so that it will help in increasing this decreasing magnetic flux. I am talking only about coil B. Okay, right? So what do you notice? In both the cases, the net current, okay, the net current will be I plus I induced. Okay, so the current in this case also it will increase. Okay, so with respect to this figure whatever they have given here, so you have two coils. Okay, so you have two coils. In both the coils the current flows in opposite sense. Okay, that is coil A, the current is flowing in anti-clockwise with respect to the observer. Coil B, the current is flowing in clockwise sense with respect to the observer. Okay, so this is the end result what we get. Okay, fine. So I hope you have understood, right? Okay, now there are few more interesting problems here in beginners box 2. Yeah, we'll see it in the next class. Thank you.